Hey everyone. June 10th, our daily spread 2020. I am getting ready to, I think, embark on a little road journey. And I can't make myself leave quite yet for some reason. I don't know what's going on, so I thought I'd check in with everybody as well as myself here. Okay, our daily spread for June 10th, 2020. Again, the Pope, the teacher, Major Arcanum 5. It's come up a lot recently. 5 being the number of conflict, change, and expansion. The Pope resembles this dissemination of spiritual knowledge, teaching in a non-egoic way. You can see all the information, spiritual light blue, funneling in. And he taps into this information as he looks at this yellow antenna that is receiving all this cosmic information. And the only way he can get it is by touching it with his light blue spiritual glove. Across his heart, with his flesh-colored hand, he's pointing at where he gets his information. Rebirth right around the throat. This is speaking your truth. His beard is light blue, which means he speaks spiritual knowledge, and he does it with purity because his hair is white resembling purity. His heart center is very intuitive, but he's actively passing this knowledge forward, the dark blue and the red being divine masculine and feminine. The 2 figures below are people that may be coming to you that are seeking knowledge, and you just might have what they need in that moment. They make up the triangle of the Holy Trinity, and these 2 figures are a bit childish. They're still playing with their toys, but they want to learn. So we're moving out of this Pope energy, and he's looking toward the future. What are we moving into? What's the present moment? The Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is the last card in the Pentacle series, which is the earth energy, physical energy, financial energy, anything corporeal. And the Knight has risen his consciousness to the top half of the card, so he's really thinking with a mind of spirit. He's reclaimed his fire energy, which is this green wand. The wands represent fire. So this is leaning toward the past. So maybe this ability to help people with the Pope energy and disseminate knowledge that needs to be heard and wants to be heard. This isn't about preaching to people or finding people. It's about them coming to you and you offering something. And that's ignited something in his fire, it seems. Again, an active heart. The red and the blue have switched between the figures at this. So now he's got an active heart center, and his arms, which are how we act in the world, are very intuitive. His body, which is this light blue spiritual horse wearing this flesh-colored sheath, has been spiritualized. They're both looking toward the future. So this tells me that there's some major events coming in the future, is what it seems to me. All eyes are on the future, moving away from the past. He stands on yellow ground, and yellow represents logic, intellect, and idea. So he's standing on knowledge and marching forward. He's also creating something. He's beginning to manifest something, this levitating coin. This is physical resources that he's got his eye on that are related to this wand, which is related to the Pope. So he's seeing something, a new business that he's starting or a new endeavor that should provide some material sustenance. It's floating before him. It's the proverbial carrot on the stick, but it's self-created. It's like your own carrot that you've created that you're dangling in front of yourself as you march forward. So it definitely has something to do with being able to access spiritual and cosmic information and teach it and disseminate it to those who come to you that want it. And he's marching forward toward this with a high level of consciousness in the top half of the card. His legs are also green, and how we move through the world is represented by our legs. And green is the color of rebirth. It's the color of your emergence of the higher self. So he's moving towards something, and it's still forming. It's not in the physical realm yet. It's this levitating coin. It's still forming in pre-matter, because where you put your energy is where things begin to form in higher dimensions. And the last place it shows up is the third dimensional physical reality. So then what's he marching toward? The Seven of Pentacles, so more earth energy here. 7 is a number that represents courage to me. It's in numerology, it stands for spirituality, exploration, and wisdom. So this would be having courage in physical matters that have to do with your job or career, courageously stepping forward. There's on the bottom half of the card, which represents the ground, 4 coins. And 4 is that number of stability, application, and formation. So this would represent being financially stable on the ground and using that, because the top half of the card has 3 coins, which is that the Holy Trinity. It's a very divine, holy number. This coin in the middle, and then in the center of the card, right, the middle square, which is where the human resides, because we're both spiritual and physical at the same time. There's 3 coins here and then 3 coins here, and where they meet in the middle is this coin. And that to me represents 0 point, like the 2 pyramids, one on top of the other, the top one being inverted, where they meet in the middle. It could also be the thymus, the high heart. So this stability down here is providing some action on the ground at the root chakra. There's very pure intention represented by white. Where the heart chakra lives, there's this intuitive spiritual activation. Light blue spirit, dark blue is intuition, and then this active red. Still purity, these pure white veins coming up here, and then surrounding this 0 point coin in the middle of that, the 2 pyramids where the points touch, one on top of the other. So I don't really know what all this means, but I keep feeling intuitively that there's some big changes coming, and we just have to keep focusing on what we want here. Be consistent and disciplined in what we want to create for ourselves. Hold on to that wand. Know that we are able to share what is needed to be shared in service of the greater good in a non-egoic way. Keep marching toward that, toward this coin. And that coin then turns into the courage and the exploration in spiritual means of living in the financial world. So that's what I get. It's a bit ambiguous, but we'll see. All right. That's our daily spread for today, June 10th, 2020. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.